Nominated actor. He's starring in the critically acclaimed new film Nightcrawler. It'll also make his Broadway stage debut in the play Constellations, and previews begin December 16th. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake, come on. How you doing?
Hey! Yeah! Woo!
Jake Gyllenhaal, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, not like... Very nice of
How you doing?
Wow. It's like a wave.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Oh. Really?
Now,
Really, stop. Really.
stop it.
Okay.
This is,
That's a great audience.
well, they're happy to see you, my friend.
I'm happy to see them. I can't see them, but I am so happy to see all of you.
I think we have you at a very good time for certainly for us and for you as well, because the Nightcrawlers, people love the Nightcrawlers, and you're in previews, not yet previews, but rehearsals for your Broadway debut. This is a pretty big step for an actor. Congratulations. Are you?
Thank you.
Tell us what the play is.
Thank you. It's a play called Constellations. It's a beautiful play. It's a love story. It's just two actors on stage, me and this wonderful actress Ruth Wilson. I don't know if you know
Just
her.
two people.
Just two people.
Is it like one act?
Yeah. I guess you could call it one act. I mean, there's only one act. But it is a whole show.
It's a whole show.
So, yeah.
So what I'm getting at is, how long are you on stage? The two of you?
70 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, 70 minutes.
So you guys really, the two of you, do everything.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there are a couple other people doing things behind stage, like changing lights and things like that.
I understand that, but
yes,
I mean,
no, it's just us.
Once
Yeah.
you commit to the stage, it's all yours.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
just us.
And how is it going?
It's the most fun I think I've had maybe ever,
Mm-hmm.
I would say. We're not yet on stage, but rehearsals have been going incredibly well.
Now, this is interesting that you're an actor, an accomplished actor, film, and so forth. One wonders why it's the most fun thing you've ever done. Why so late in your early career?
Well,
You know what I mean?
well, I don't know, I've been doing this for a while now. I know that sounds odd, but I was actually here when I was 16 years old. It was the first show I'd ever done.
The show right here?
Your show.
Really?
It was like throwing me into the deep end. Yeah, it was.
Why were you here? A film part?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And obviously, I don't know what the film was.
It was a film called October Sky that I did when I was there. 16. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, I've been doing it for a while. In fact, I've been on the stage. I was on the West End when I was about a decade ago, and then I was off Broadway about 2 years ago. But I think just to me, it's where you really get to show what you're made of. You know,
Right.
It depends on what kind of animal you are, and I just feel like, you know, you get to tell a whole story throughout the whole show instead of stopping and starting. And
Right.
you know,
Is it a contemporary piece?
It is.
Constellations?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And where are you? Because to me, the notion of committing all of this to memory so it becomes in your muscle movement, muscle memory,
Yeah.
is daunting. Where are you in that process?
We're halfway through, but there, you know, the interesting thing about the show is that there is no logical order to it. So it's about a relationship that happens in different universes, essentially. So the couple meets, and then one of them's in a relationship, the other one's not. Then the scene changes after about 45 seconds, and then the other one's in a relationship and the other one's not. Then they're both not in relationships, but neither of them are interested in each other. And then so it goes on and on throughout their relationship till sort of you know, as they get older. And so that, keeping that in your mind, the logic of all of that throughout the whole show is very.
And I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but does the couple ultimately realize they're in love and stay together happily ever after? Come on. Do they? I want them to.
We open December 16th.
I hope they do.
It's what I'll say is what's beautiful about the show is that it's all different incarnations of a relationship. So yes, they do. It's all about relationships and about all the sort of ins and outs and beginnings and ends.
Are you excited, nervous, both?
All.
All. Yeah.
Yes, excited, nervous. I feel honored to be on Broadway. It's my sister's actually on Broadway right now.
Well, why not parts for Mom and Dad while we're at it? But so now you go into a period where it's previews, where you actually get it on the stage and you get it up on its feet and you work all of the rough edges out, and then you open in January. So that'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. No, why wouldn't it be? And then you run. How long do you think you want it to run?
Till through to March.
To March
is when it's
limited
supposed
run.
to. It's a limited run. Yeah.
Very excited for you, and maybe you'll come back during the run of the show, and we'll talk about how it's going.
I would love that.
Now let's talk about night crawlers. My son and I, for a while, thought this was about bass fishing. It's not. I've never heard this term. Explain to people what night crawlers means in this context.
A night crawler is it's a euphemism for stringers, which is basically the name of the guys who go and film footage for the local news. They go at night when the union guys are asleep, and they go and try and get the footage that's sort of the most gory so they can sell it to the morning news and they can make money off of it.
Now, is it safe to call... Now, I always thought that local TV stations had a crew that would do this. But you supplement, you mentioned, is it a union difference that you are not union and therefore you can be out anytime you want and get this footage?
Yeah, I mean, it's off hours, so anybody can really do it. It's anybody with a camera and essentially a police scanner can go and do it.
Right. So you bring back the footage and they say, oh, no, wait a minute, we have contracts with the union. We can't use your footage, or that's not a problem?
No, it's not a problem.
Okay.
No, it's not a problem.
Well, I'm glad to hear it's not a problem.
I feel like I'm not the right person to be asking about this question. I'm not a union cameraman, but I would say that any of you guys, would you be able to...
Would this be a problem?
Is this a...
Yes?
There.
Al, it would be a problem?
It's potentially...
Yes, it would be a problem.
It is?
So they would have not be bound by any other union contracts to accept his video.
That's correct.
Right.
You could accept it or not.
Yes.
Perhaps run into some consequences.
There'd be grievances filed.
There may be.
Yeah. Boy, are you in a world of trouble.
I mean, I'm not doing it, Dave.
Oh.
It's a movie
I'm
about the
sorry.
guys who... My God, you think it's about bass fishing?
I
mean, come on.
That's right. I'm so sorry. We'll be right back with Jake Gyllenhaal, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Now, it's the Nightcrawlers. And to me, in the film, and forgive me because I mean this as a compliment, you seem Weasley and thin. You seem like you've lost weight. Am I right on both counts?
Yeah. That was a trick question, but I'll go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely Weasley, and I did lose weight. Yeah.
And because you felt that the character would be skinny because he's hungry. He's a guy who's not really ever had a job, and he needs something.
Well, you know, to me, I feel like he is an interesting character, in that I think he's not necessarily. He's a little morally corrupt, and he has a
bottom feeder. He's a bottom feeder.
So to fishing.
He's
terms.
a bottom feeder.
Yeah. He's
a salmon.
Did I? Is salmon? That's my favorite. That's my favorite new thing to do. You know that? You know that? You know that thing?
No, do it.
Why? Why can't we do it?
Well, let me see.
I need someone to do it to.
Do it to me.
Okay, stand up. Okay. So like someone's just okay, yeah.
Where do you want me?
Yeah, no, this is good. Just
Finally,
like this. Okay, so someone's just doing their monologue or whatever.
Hi. Thank you, folks, very much for being here. It's a
Salmon. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing anybody's done to me. And you know, for a moment, I thought I was standing in a North Atlantic stream, and there were actual salmon spawning. But the guy...
It's a visceral experience, that situation.
It really is. It's
It
nice.
is,
I
yeah.
enjoyed it, and it's continuing to tingle. But now you went out with these guys, so they do exist in certain markets. California, probably. But you went out with them. When you went out with them, what was that experience like?
It was interesting. I had done a film a couple years before about police officers, LAPD.
Oh, man, I remember that.
Called it...
That was great.
Thanks.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Thank you. So I was on the street. I was on the streets for... Yeah, thanks. It was just the way you said it. It felt like you didn't enjoy it immediately.
No, I did enjoy it.
Okay,
you were here for the damn movie.
No, I know. I'm just saying Can I show you how you did it?
Okay.
You went like this. Oh, yeah. I enjoyed that one. You didn't do the lip thing, but it was. So anyway, I was here. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's... By the way,
we're buddies. I thought we were buddies.
We are buddies. I'm just saying you're entitled to your opinion. I have no problem with that. Okay, no, I know. God,
because it gave you the real feel of what it might be like patrolling Los Angeles County at night.
Yes. Well, so I was with police officers like 4 or 5 nights a week for 5 months, and on the streets of Southeast LA, and with Michael Pena, who was the other actor in the film. And I spent a lot of time going to crime scenes and accident scenes and things like that. And there were occasionally stringers there, these guys filming. And I never really knew. I knew what they were doing, sort of, but I never really understood it. So when I went with the guys for this film, it was weird. It was like I was on the other side. Yeah.
Now, in the movie, your character is depicted on the crime scene or the crash or the medical emergency. Get out of here. Who are you? Get out of here. That's now. Is that what actually happens when you go out with these guys? Or they shoot out of the way? Not
necessarily. There's an etiquette, you know. And I think at the beginning of the movie, when I'm first starting to try and do this, I don't know what I'm doing, and so I get into places where I shouldn't be, and it's but there's an etiquette. So after a while, you hope when you go with them, they hope that they can get in there, in the case of this film, it's different times before the police even get there. And, they get closer to the footage, and then obviously the closer they get, the more money they'll get.
Now, in the movie, clearly presented to us is the question of ethics. Does that ever come up in the real life of these night crawlers?
I think constantly. That's the job. The job is how you walk that line, and the idea of, making money off of something and then, possibly helping somebody. And I think, and I would hope that the decision to help would always be the first one and the one they would always make. But yeah, that's the question in the movie, and the movie is really about, making money off of something, or, who are you as a person?
Yeah,
really.
It's a real life story. My thighs are still burning.
Salmon!
Now,
Careful, that's all I gotta say. You don't know where there's salmon.
Now, but who invented salmon? Did somebody do it to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at a clip here. It's Night Crawlers. It's in theaters now, ladies and gentlemen. And what are we going to see here, Jake?
It's a clip where I've just brought footage in from, from the streets to Rene Russo, who played...
You know who's great in this is Rene Russo. She's fantastic.
She is.
And she, yeah, I was happy.
No, she is. She's incredible in the film.
She used to be on a show here on CBS, I think.
Yeah?
I don't know.
She is incredible
Didn't
in the
used
film.
to be on a show here on CBS? Rene Russo never was? What show was she on?
She was in a lot of...
She's been on your
Never been in a show. But
she's been on
this show.
your show.
Been on this show.
I would think so.
Case closed.
It's like CIS around here.
We're just starting out.
So is Rene Russo. Rene Russo is incredible in
She's beautiful and a great actor, and married to the director. So there you go.
Yep. So I'm showing her.
You ever pull that salmon stunt on her?
How dare you, Dave?
All right, let's get to the clip.
Okay. So the clip here is about is when I have footage for her, and I'm negotiating with her. I have a really important piece of footage, and she's a news director. Yeah.
Take a look. And she's willing to take chances as well.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
The name of my company is Video Production News, a professional news gathering service. That's how it should be read, and that's how it should be said. I also want to go to the next rung and meet your team, and the station manager, and the director, and the anchors, and start developing my own personal relationships. I'd like to start meeting them this morning. You'll take me around, you'll introduce me as the owner and president of Video Production News, and remind them of some of my many other stories. I'm not done. I also want to stop our discussion over prices. This will save time. So when I say that a particular number is my lowest price, that's my lowest price. And you can be assured that I arrived at whatever that number is very carefully. Now, when I say that I want these things, I mean that I want them. And I don't want to have to ask again.
Okay, there you go. See? That's right. That's all you need to know. Well, listen, I'm happy you're here on Broadway. And please, as the show gets up and running, come back and we'll chat again.
I would love
Good
to.
luck with the film. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Happy
What more do you want?
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Nice job. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.